Alright, next I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. So I'm going to come down here and add a fillet down here, and I'm going to make this fillet 4. Okay, so we're getting closer to a light bulb shape. Now, before I move on to the threads, I'm going to go ahead and add an appearance here. So I'm going to go into my appearance library. I'm going to search for LED, and then look underneath my Fusion library, and I should see some LED options. These will actually emit light if you were to render this. You can choose whatever color you want to. I'll just go ahead and choose the white, but if I just drag it over like this, since I have a single body, it's actually going to change everything. So instead of doing that, I am going to select just the light bulb part of it first, and then drag that over. And then I can drag over a material for this base as well. If you do that, you want to make sure that you select all parts of it to make sure everything gets selected. And then we can do like a plastic. I'll just drag the black over, and then you can update that, do a lighter gray, whatever color you want for that. Alright, so let's move on to the threads. So for the threads, I now need to create a cylinder underneath this. So I'm going to drag it so I can see the bottom, go down to cylinder, create it on that base, start it in the center, and go out 22. And then after you hit enter, it should take you to where you're extruding, and I want to extrude at 15. Before saying OK, I'm going to change this to a new body to make sure that this metal part does not inherit the appearance of the plastic. Okay, now I can create my threads. So I'll go to create, go down to, there it is, my threads, select my new body. I'm going to change this to the ANSI metric. It should be 22 millimeters, 22 by 3 looks good. I am going to change it so it's not full length, so I'm going to uncheck full length, and I'm going to give it a 3 millimeter offset, and then make sure you select modeled so it actually creates the threads, and then you can say OK. And I'm going to create a 4 millimeter chamfer down at the bottom, so I'm going to go modify chamfer and make that 4 millimeters. After adding the chamfer, I'm going to add a fillet to this bottom edge, and I'll make that like 2. Say OK. Now I need to make that little bottom connector at the bottom of this, so I'm going to create another cylinder on the bottom base. Click in the middle. I'm going to drag this one out so it actually snaps to that edge, and just make it 2 millimeters. I'm going to do a new body for this one as well, so it can be a separate color. And then lastly, I'm going to add a chamfer to that edge, make it 2 millimeters, and now I have that bottom pin. And then you can play around with appearance, adding some different metals to this. You can look at what options you have. Okay, so that makes that chrome, probably not a good option, but like I say, you can play around, add what you want to these. Probably make that pin at the bottom different than whatever the threads are. And then once you're done with it, just remember to save it.